Alright guys, welcome back to some more Monster Energy Supercross 3. Today we have 4 pretty sick, awesome mods to show you by Leone291. This first one is James Stewart. Now typically he does do a James Stewart mod in most Supercross games. I believe he's actually done it in MXGP as well. I think he did it in Pro. Maybe he did it in 2019, I'm not sure, but typically he does some version of James Stewart. He's done him on the Suzuki, on the KX125, and now he has done several versions of James Stewart on the CRF450. So we have seen the mod of James Stewart before in Milestone games, and this game specifically is a bit different because we got the Great Legends pack, which did have James Stewart on the KX450. So we actually, if you have it on PC, you could have 2 different versions of James Stewart in the game. You have this version, and then you would have the version you get if you purchase the Great Legends DLC. So you can have it officially in the game, and you can have it as a mod in the game. Now, this is a bit different. It isn't a skin over a specific rider. It's actually a custom rider. So I believe he has 2 different sets of gear you can choose from. This is the one he used, so this is the one that I chose to use as well. And the bike, the skin of the bike is just the stock graphics, I believe. So he skinned it over the stock graphics. So that's how you set it up, and this is the first mod. This isn't my favorite mod of the day, but it was still really cool, and usually you guys like to see James Stewart in the game, so I figured, why not? Let's check him out, even though we already have a version of James Stewart in Monster Energy Supercross 3. But let's hop on over into the next mod, which is Valentino Rossi. Super, super, super crazy. Here we have Valentino Rossi. This is sick. Now, I do believe he did make this same mod for MXGP Pro or 2019. I'm not sure, but I was going to show you guys, but I never got around to doing it. We did a few mod videos, but I don't know. I had every intention of showing you this mod, but I just never got around to showing you. So I'll show you today. This is again made by Leone291. All the mods today are made by Leone291. And it's really sick. If you guys, I mean, you don't even really have to follow MotoGP to know who Rossi is. I mean, super famous legend in the sport. It's just really cool to see it. I mean, it is skinned. This is a custom rider, same as the James Stewart mod was. So you have to, it's a specific set of gear. And he might have made 2, but I'm pretty sure it was just 1 set of gear for this Rossi mod on the custom rider. And then the bike skin was the same as the James Stewart mod. It was skinned over the stock graphics. So that's how you set it up. Both the James Stewart and Rossi mod are custom riders you have to make. And if you're wondering how on PC, this is on PC only. If you're on console, I'm sorry, you can't do it. But if you're wondering how you do the numbers, he has the numbers already on the gear. So basically just go into your name or the number and make it a 1 and make your name the dot. And just hide it in the number. So for this example, I changed the lettering to be yellow, so I could hide it in the 46 of Rossi. So that's how we do it. I'm not sure. Same with the numbers on the bike. You just make them 1 and then hide them behind the other numbers. But this mod is sick. It was really cool. I think it looks great. Even if you're not a fan or follow MotoGP, I think the bike, the gear, everything with the blue and yellow looks really, really good. Alright guys, and here is my favorite mod of the day. This is the 2003 to 2007 Cr252 Stroke. This is sick, okay? This is super sick. Now, this mod actually has a few different choices you can use. There's 4 or 5 different bike skins you can pick from. This is the skin I chose because it's the stock Honda graphics, and I don't know, it's just really cool. It's a nice throwback, but really awesome mod, really well done. The one thing I wish he could have done is maybe put a different rider over it. I mean, I love the Rick Johnson mod and the 86 Cr252 Stroke, but since we're already on an 03-07, it would have been cool to have a more updated, a more contemporary gear set or rider on the bike. You know what I mean? Either way, it doesn't really matter. I mean, that's being really picky, but it would have been cool. It would have been really cool to see. Now, I do believe somebody was asking him to make a Ricky Carmichael Cr252 Stroke, and I believe he said he was working on it. So we might get that in the future, something to be looking out for. If we do, I'll be sure to show you, but it would be similar to this, basically just have the Ricky Carmichael rider skin on the bike. Graphics would be a bit different, but it would be very similar. So really, really good job. This bike is sick. This is probably my favorite mod of the day. Check it out if you are on PC. And this is the final mod of the day. This is the Ken Roczen on the Cr252 Stroke. Now, it is the 1986 version, but the bike is slightly different from the original bike in the game. Now, it would have been cool to actually switch the Ken Roczen and the Rick Johnson mod and put Roczen on the 2003 Cr252 Stroke. That would have been really cool. It's not what we got, but it would have been pretty sweet. Either way, this mod is pretty sick. The only problem or complaint I guess I have, when you're in the shadows of the game, if the light isn't directly on the rider, the boots and the helmet kind of just go dark. You know, it doesn't really show the graphic anymore. So that's my only complaint. Otherwise, it was extremely well done. I highly encourage you guys to check this out if you are on PC. They do cost €1, but that's practically nothing for a ton of mods. They're really well done. I encourage you guys to check them out. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.